Samyang, where Hyundai Motor Group's global R&D center is located. It also stands for Nürburgring, which is home of Hyundai's technical center, where we hone our NV. For Hyundai N, we won't just build the cars, but create emotion, desire, and feelings. Feel the feeling is one of our claims. Our success is measured by BPM, heartbeats per minute, is a true parameter of our achievement. All N cars are fun to drive, and this fact stands on 3 pillars. It loves corners, so we call it Corner Rascal. It's an everyday sports car. N cars are ready for the track from day one. Our motorsport vehicles will be spearheading the N brand at the apex of the brand's hierarchy. Needless to say, the valuable experience and technology derived from the success in motorsport will cascade down to all future N products. We came up with a more unique design for the Veloster N to meet customer expectations in the US and Korean markets as a daily fun car. From later this year, with a new sophisticated and elegant i30 Fastback N, we will satisfy more customers.
N cars, we do not only want to attract the well-established and enthusiast high-performance drivers or the track day guys. We also want to attract many people, young people, who never had such car before. So everything starts with a good engine. Objective here was to have an engine not with a maximum peak power. The key was to have very good dynamic response. We have different modes in the car, and that is also a key element how we could manage to make the Veloster N a very good everyday practical sport car. But the whole story of N is to provide affordable fun to drive. The key story of those cars, i30 N, Veloster N, not to spend the money, not go the easy way, not buy the Brembos. Yeah, try to find solutions from our own Korean network of suppliers, use our own in-house technology, and bring it to a performance level that we compete with the expensive stuff that the others buy. And the brakes, I think, is a good example. So we took a brake from the shelf, from a bigger car, and we tuned it a lot with brake pad development, with the cooling on the car. This brake is strong enough and on a level like a typical high-performance brake, but we don't spend the money on it. Yeah, to keep the cost of the car down, that this is an affordable, fun-to-drive car that many people can afford. That is one important story of the N car. An N car you can take out of the showroom. You don't need to buy fancy $3,000, $4,000 option packages to go to the track. Yeah. Others do like that. That's not our plan. If you buy an N car, it's good enough for the track. To give that safe driving feeling, especially to those people who are new to the game, who are not so experienced, like the professional drivers or the long year, very experienced journalists. We want that the customers who join this kind of driving and not so experienced can feel comfortable. Even when they make a tourist drive track here, a lap here on the Nordschleife, that in Flugplatz or Schwedenkreuz, they feel scared and they're not comfortable with the car. So it's clearly focused on making a good, safe control of the car, even in the high speed, and not so much focusing on the fastest lap time for a professional driver. Then the aero balance would look completely different, but we don't care for that. We developed this clearly for those customers, that they can fully enjoy this car and not for the lap time. Every engine, of course, if it's really getting hot, has some degradation in power. Yeah, that is just physics, but we want to avoid the hot mode. And that is a key element why we put a lot of effort in the cooling system. And this is where you make the difference in the end between a real high-performance car and a kind of pretender, which is only like for 2 laps or so. Because we know the guys who buy these cars, they go out there on a track day, but if after 2-3 laps the fun is over, then this is not an enjoyable car for those high-performance customers. So this is where we put a lot of effort. ESC control, especially Nürburgring, the most famous corner is probably the carousel, and there are cars out there where the ESC control, because of the banking in the corner, brings the car to almost a full stop. So we have an extra logic in our ESC to avoid that. So there's no issue in the carousel. You can go down in full power, no problem. The car can take it easily. So we apply here much more intense than in any other car of Hyundai. So, and it works pretty well on the standard car, and we are relying a little bit more on the standard car without the ELSD on the torque vectoring than we do on the performance package car with the limited slip differential. Yeah, then this is our first ever own development of an electronically controlled limited slip differential. We delivered a really nice balanced ELSD system. It's out there now for some time, and we are really happy with the performance. We have different modes for the ELSD, also customizable and the N custom mode. And it's very precise, it's very consistent. It's an electro-hydraulic system. Others use electromechanical multiplate systems. We think our system is more consistent, is more precise. We can control the kiss point better. And we are pretty happy with it. We call it our N-corner carving differential. Yeah, in some corners when you accelerate, you get this nice carving feel. It's not too intense. Yeah, it's not annoying, but you can sense it nicely takes you through the corner, and it adds to the driving fun. It makes the car also a little bit faster. But the driving fun, that was the key element, and we tuned it, first of all, to give it more fun and excitement. So we have the different drive modes, and this is also a key element to make this the practical everyday sports car. So we have a wide range from normal mode, sport mode, into N mode. And you can try easily. We have those mode buttons on the steering wheel. So the bright performance blue buttons, the left one goes Eco, Normal, Sport. The right one goes N, and if you push the N again, you get N Custom. And Custom, then you can freely configure everything what's in there to your liking. Of course, the sound is important to give the excitement. Also, our N story is to bring the excitement of motorsport, of a race car, into everyday's driving. And of course, sound is a big portion of emotion of driving a race car.
Yeah, with Hyundai N cars, we want to bring the driving excitement of a race car into everyday driving. So when the customer drives a Hyundai N car, it has all the precision and the feedback almost like in a very strong race car. And he can enjoy this every day. And we have many adjustable functions in the Hyundai N car, like Veloster N. So we can adjust the chassis, the steering, the engine, the sound, the limited slip differential. So the Veloster N can cover a wide range of performance. It can be a very smooth car to go to the office, but on the weekend you can take it on the track and enjoy it almost like a real race car.